Hello everyone, my name is Nishan Deshmukh. We have topic ice manufacturing plant as a CIA activity of BME. So today we will learn how an ice plant works. An ice manufacturing plant is a facility that manufactures large blocks of ice for industrial and commercial use. The plant uses cooling system called vapor compression refrigeration, which has four main parts: a compressor, condenser, expansion valve, and evaporator. These parts work together to make ice. This evaporator is connected to a brine tank as we can see here. So, what is brine tank? When we keep adding and increasing the concentration of salt in water, then it becomes a brine solution. Inside the brine tank and on the brine solution, here we have large ice cans. These ice cans are according to the size of ice blocks that are to be produced in this ice manufacturing plant. Now let's see how the whole process works. First of all, this compressor start working. The job of compressor is to pressurize or compress the primary ammonia vapor refrigerant inside this compressor chamber. Now we know that if pressure increases, it also increases the temperature. So when this ammonia vapor refrigerant is compressed inside the compressor chamber, by squeezing the vapor very tightly together, it will heat up. After that, this high pressure and high temperature vapor ammonia refrigerant will leave the compressor and will enter into the condenser through this connected pipe. Here we have condenser. When high temperature and high pressure vapor ammonia refrigerant enters this cold condenser, then the condenser absorbs the heat from the vapor refrigerant and completely converts it into liquid. The condenser is connected to a cooling tower as we can see here. This condenser is continuously water cooled by a regular supply of cold chilled water coming through this pipe from the cooling tower. Now, this high pressure, high temperature liquid ammonia refrigerant will enter the condenser and accumulate inside this receiver chamber. The function of the receiver is to collect and accumulate this high pressure, high temperature liquid ammonia refrigerant coming from the condenser up to an optimum level so that it can keep supplying the liquid ammonia refrigerant forward to the other parts according to requirement. Connected to this receiver, here we have expansion valve. As per requirement, this high pressure, high temperature liquid ammonia refrigerant will pass through this expansion valve using this connected pipe. Now, this high pressure liquid refrigerant coming from the receiver will be expanded inside this expansion valve. So, this high pressure liquid refrigerant will expanded into low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. In practical use, at this point, we do not get only liquid refrigerant, but here we actually obtain a mixture of low pressure, low temperature liquid and vapor refrigerant also. Thus, here we get a mixture of very cold, chill, low temperature liquid and vapor refrigerant coming out of the expansion valve. Then this liquid vapor mixed refrigerant will be passed over to the evaporator. We all know that the main cooling effect or refrigeration effect always occur in the evaporator. We have already seen that this evaporator is connected to this brine tank, and here is a pump that constantly circulates this brine solution from the tank towards the evaporator. So there is a continuous flow of high temperature brine solution from this tank to the evaporator through this pipe, and cold chilled brine solution returns through this pipe back to the tank after the cooling effect has been achieved inside the evaporator. After giving away all of its heat, this very cold brine solution will come back to the brine tank using this pipe. Now, the surrounding areas around this tank are filled with this incoming very cold brine solution. When we place water inside these ice cans, the cold brine solution absorbs all the heat from the surface of the ice cans. As a result, the cans become so cold that water placed inside these large ice cans is converted into large blocks of ice. Once done, the ice cans are taken out of the brine tank using cranes. Then, by placing the cans with ice in normal water, we can take out the ice blocks from inside the cans and water is filled again for making more ice blocks. So this is how an ice manufacturing plant works. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Thank you. Let's see a video of ice making process.